So let's talk about a huge mistake that I see so many people making on early dating chatting. So, like, this is when you're texting back and forth on the dating app, probably like before a date, your first date, but sometimes it can be even after your first date and like between your first, 3 dates or so. And that is way too much texting. My name is Mariana, and I help women create healthy, loving partnerships with men that adore and cherish them. I've studied psychology, human behavior, and the brain for 20 years. First mistake is like judging if a guy likes you based on his texting frequency. So if he's texting you like 10 times a day, then you may think that he likes you more than somebody who's only texting you once a day. But what I would love for you to consider is that a guy who is like really successful and has an amazing career is probably not going to have the time to text you 10 times a day. And so if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for somebody who's successful, who's doing well, who like is a good provider, that kind of thing, like really consider like does he have that type of time and bandwidth to do that? And should I hold him to that same expectation? Because when I thought about this question, I was like, no. And actually, I'm pretty busy. And actually, I have a lot on my plate. And I don't necessarily want to be texting all day. Also, in a healthy relationship, texting is going to ramp up over time. And so when you start at 100 miles an hour, you really have nowhere else to go except for a slowing down of text, which usually for women, what I find is that it triggers their anxiety when this texting slows down to like a more normal rate. And it causes them to feel like, holy cow, like things are maybe going bad in the relationship when they're really not. They're just finally coming to a more healthy level of communication. So the big takeaway here is think about for yourself what is the level of communication in terms of texting that you are going to have as like a set standard for yourself. And if a guy is trying to text you way more than that, or maybe less than that, like I've seen some of my friends are like, oh my God, like this guy hasn't texted me in like 5 or 6 days. Like that feels like a little bit too much. That's showing a little bit of a lack of consistency, which is going in the total opposite direction, right? And so have an optimal dating frequent or texting frequency and communicate that with the guy. Follow this account for healthy dating advice.